All right, everybody. All right. Let's do this. If you missed yesterday, then I'm sorry that you missed yesterday. But it's time to continue on with the Boston Bruins. We still have to set up this team to the rest of the offseason. Gym class, Hero hits 2 whole years. Gym class, thank you very much. I will drink H2O to that. Gym class, thank you very, very much. Pens fans, also sorry to hear that. Hope you end up feeling better, bud. So, yesterday, we went through the draft. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty good draft. We made it to the off-season. Of course, we discovered we had to start trading people back to their teams. We discovered that Detroit had 4 NHL caliber goalies, so we dropped them down to 2. We discovered that the San Jose Sharks had no goalies, and I have since traded them goalies. Oh my God, just absurdity, absolute absurdity. But if I am not mistaken, you ruined the Yzer plan. I sure did. If I am not mistaken, where did McKinnon go? That's what we're going to find out here in a minute. I still have some business to attend to when it comes to setting up this roster, so. Oof, yeah, we got to sign a decent amount of people. Is there a way to factor in that Bergeron's either retiring or only signing to the Bruins? No. There's not at all. There's no way to really control him staying with the Bruins unless you were to add a contract extension, which, you know, isn't ideal. Go figure. Jeremy Swayman's still an RFA, huh? Go figure. We need goalars. We have Bussy. We have Bussy in the system. Do we go with Stalock and Schneider as the old men? Let's go with the Hamburglar. It's Andrew Hammond. We can use the Hamburglar. And I need somebody else who, you know what? Screw it. If somebody else gets hurt, we'll go with Bussy. We'll bring Corey Schneider back. Not back to Boston, but obviously he has ties. Never played for the Bruins, of course. Defensively, there obviously won't be that many good people because I traded them all back to where they belong. So who do we have? We can stop Andy Green from retiring as a free agent. We'll give Andy Green a chance. I like giving the veterans opportunities to not end their career on the free agent list, you know? Big fan of that. So why not? Yeah, why not? Taylor Fedun. We'll sign Taylor Fedun. We will sign Jason Demers, and we will sign Mark Borowiecki. Those will be our first 4. And then forward-wise, again, there won't be any great prospects. Like Zach Parise is the top name out there. Don't even have room for him. Sure. Andrew Ladd, come on down. And we'll only go for one more dude right now. And that will be Alex Radulov. The Radulov. We'll have to sign him up here, too. So I don't even think I can scroll. I think I'm too far gone now to the beginning of free agency. I think I'm too far gone. Maybe not. Maybe not. It might let me go. It doesn't let me go all the way to the start. We'll take a look at the AI teams and their lines at the start of the season. Obviously, then, you know, you look at trades. And, yeah, this was yesterday, everybody. You notice how many fucking Bruins logos you're seeing? And that's not even all of them. So we'll take a look at the opposition's lines at the beginning of the season to see where the likes of Nathan McKinnon ended up. All right, there we go. All those vets end up signing with us, which is pretty solid. Of course, Edmonton-Calgary game 2 is on right now. Calgary is up 2-0. Edmonton looks like they're actually getting shots for once, imagine. So So all we have to do now is just sign Swayman. And Edmonton did just score. Son of a bitch. There goes my Flames in 2 comments. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. But we're definitely not signing Simon Nemec at this stage. I might have too many defensemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I don't, but I definitely can't sign anybody else. LFC, thank you as I punched my desk. LFC, thank you for the 5 months. Greatly appreciate it. How are you tonight? Let's see. So the big question is, do we sign Nordqvist? And I don't think we do. At least not immediately. We might still sign him, but I need to know what's going to happen with Beecher, with Stud, and with Freddie. So I think we just let him further develop. Same thing with Nemec. Same thing with Nemec. So I might need an extra forward or 2. Let's wait until we get to the preseason and see what we got. And Trent Frederick finally takes his qualifying offer. Jeremy Swayman's still just out there in the wild. Doesn't look like the AI care to do anything. Boy, if only San Jose wanted to do something, huh? If only they did. So, let's get a deal done with Sway really quickly. Let's do it. So, RFA goalie is... Okay, we got Swayman down to $2 million with $6 million in cap space. That's not bad. So I could get him for... He wanted 6. I could get him 2 years at $4 million. Or we just go through these negotiations again next season. He has gone up to an 89 overall. I think we get 2 more years of Sway on a good contract, and then we have a big decision to make money-wise. So it's 1 year at about $2 million or 2 years at 3.5. I'm gonna go 2 years at 3.5. Pat, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I feel like if we wait and have him be an RFA next year, I don't know how much money we'll save. So we take a hit this year, but save money next year if he accepts that contract. If he doesn't, he can keep waiting. So let's see what we got. He rejected. He only wants a 1-year deal. All right. Well, I guess he's going to dictate what direction, and he raised his asking price. I guess he's going to dictate what direction we go with this, huh? There you go, Sway. That is your offer for the year. Hawks, what's up? That is your offer. Will you accept it? We are approaching our first preseason game. We might not be heading into this season with Jeremy Swayman as our goalie. We might not be. You know, if he wants to keep holding out, could easily bring in Sam Montembeault, Dustin Tokarski. No problem. He wants to play hardball, let's play hardball. If he wants to play hardball, let's play hardball. Actually, David Tendick's only 23, 75 medium backup. Tendick, let's do it. Davey, come on down. You might be my backup goalie this year. You might be. Macho, I've played plenty of NASCAR games on stream before. The problem is the most recent one sucks ass. So I haven't played one in a while. There we go. David Tendick ends up signing. So if Sway wants to play hardball, we'll let him play hardball. Tendick will get the call up. Put a Bussy back down in the AHL for the moment. And that's set up perfectly. Defensively, McAvoy, Riley, Carlo, Lindholm, Grzelcyk. And from there, we have a decision to make. Berglund is also depth. Zaboral and Ashan aren't quite there. 4, 5, 6. So we really do have to decide. Like Berglund and Lorre, we still have Forbert for a year, I think. Yeah, we still have Derek Forbort for a year. So right-hand side is going to be McAvoy, Carlo, Berglund. So Mason Lohrei will get the opportunity to step up starting next year once Derek Forbort's contract is done. But for now, former 7th-round pick of all things, Victor Berglund is going to get an opportunity on this team. And because Andy, we're going to call up Zaboral as the depth man. I was going to say it's Andy Green, but let's call up Jakub Zaboral. For the forwards, and I'll move over here so nothing's cut off. Stud became a 3rd liner. Warrior, what's up, man? I'm doing good. That's not good. That Stud's now a 3rd liner. Frederick and Beecher stayed. Stud didn't. That's not good at all. Also, Trevor Kuntar is apparently now a 4th liner. And then we get a bunch of depth, mainly center and left wing. So, Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak, Hall, Kopstein, Coyle, DeBrusk, Smith. We have to make a call between DeBrusk, Smith, and Stud. And then Beecher's actually going to be down in the AHL. That's the smartest thing I can do is kind of drop him down. Of all things, Trevor Kuntar is going to end up being our 4th-line center. So we do have space for a certain low elite right wing. Edmonton just tied it. Hilarious, unless it's getting waved off. We do have space for a certain right wing. I think our plans just changed a little bit. It's either we play Stud on the 4th line despite his role, or we say, oh, rules are rules, and we look to move on from him. But yeah, Frederick and Kuntar are definitely on that 4th line. Kuntar is a power forward. I think it is, unfortunately, kind of Stud's time to go then. If we keep that old 4th line or 3rd line intact now of DeBrusk, Coyle, Smith. And then Hall, Steen, Kopp. Kopp can play on the wing now. Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak. I think I got to get rid of Stud. I think I do. Again, 3rd liner, but playing a 4th line role. I think Stud's got to go. He had 11 points in 58 games last year. He's not that bad offensively. But we did just re-sign Craig Smith to a very team-friendly deal. Of course, we have Kopp. Stud can also play center. There's just no space for him, man. There's no space. Interesting. Our hand has been forced a little bit here due to the development of some other people. Is there anybody out there that has interest in Jack Studnicka? If not, I can send him down to the minors, but I won't be allowed to call him up at all this year. 3rd and a 5th, 2nd and a 7th from Calgary. So 2nd round pick from Calgary. It's not a bad offer. Jared McIsaac outright. Sean Walker, obviously we don't have space for. I feel like McIsaac would only create a further log jam. Shout out to Gleb in Tampa. Of course, Toronto signed a garbage defenseman. Why wouldn't they? All right. 2nd round pick as well, offered from Winnipeg. Whoops, hit the wrong button. 2nd round picks out there from Winnipeg as well. Smith can play center. Coyle can play the right. If Coyle can play the right, Smith can only play right. Stud's got to go, man. He's got to go because he can't play. It's got to be Stud. I hate to do it. I hate to do it, but he is the guy to move. Younger player. Oh my God, I keep hitting the wrong button. Younger player, just not really going to be able to carve out the space in this lineup. So the question is Calgary or Winnipeg. Identical offers. Let's see who's a better fit. Who is a better fit? Or where is he a better fit? And Calgary is stacked. Again, it's the preseason, which is why you have good people down in the AHL. Calgary is stacked. Winnipeg is also stacked. There is not a great fit for him on either of those teams. That's rough. So that's second round pick return. Isn't looking like it's going to happen. Damn. All right, we got to look elsewhere then. We got to look elsewhere. Stud's one of those first players where it's like, all right, let's play this within our rules here. Kana, hello, how are you? So a third and a fifth. Third and a fourth from Colorado. Third and a fourth from Colorado, Edmonton, Florida, Philly. Jesus, there's a lot more than I would have thought. Colorado, Edmonton, Florida, Philly. And Vegas. Washington as well. A lot of potential landing spots here for Stud. Let's see. Colorado, I'd prefer to send him east if I can. Do you need a player like Jack? You want him. You also drafted Quentin Musty and are trying to trade him. Okay, there's definitely room. Again, they lost Nathan McKinnon. There we go. There's our answer. They need a player like Jack. So I hate to do it. IRL, I do have some confidence in, yeah, I did mean West as opposed to East, my bad. I'd love to keep Jack on the team, but I did elect to keep Craig Smith, and hopefully that proves to be the right choice. We'll recoup a third and a fourth round pick and do well, and do right by Jack to send into a team that needs him. We're going to move on from him. We have to still stay with the best options for this team. And, again, if we go with the highest rated dudes, he isn't the highest option. So I need a left wing. And to be honest, Quinn Olsen might as well get an opportunity, or Jakob Lauko. Wait, no, that's right. It's not a left wing that I need. It's a right wing. Damn it. That's right. It was a right wing. Shit. I mean, play the veteran in Radulov. Ugh. Give Fabian Lysell a chance to try to really jumpstart his development. If only you had the option to run 7 defensemen in this game. Imagine having an option that coaches succeed with in real life all the time. Only RFA left's Tanner Jeannot. He won't fit. All right, well, there are wingers that kind of fit what we need. Jonathan Dawn, Tim Gettinger, Josh Levo, Mackenzie McEachern, Matt Luff, Ryan DeZingle, former Bruin Anders Bjork. Certainly plenty of options. Carson Coleman. It's not necessarily ideal to have to do this. No abilities for Dahlin or Gettinger. Gettinger's a big boy, though. Big boy, Tim Gettinger. Levo, obviously more of a veteran, no abilities. Mackenzie McEachern, also a big boy. Like the 2K Tamer, could play D-4. Yeah, they had the dual positions. Like someone like Brendan Smith would fit pretty well. Oh, Matt Luff is a potential option. You got the Zingle. Again, Anders Bjork. Come on, Alex True. I was hoping somebody here would at least have like truculence or the defensive abilities. That doesn't appear to be the case. It does not. Oh, Keegan Colasar. Colasar does have the extra truculence there. Paul Byron has the truculence, and of course is a penalty shot / shootout specialist. So Colasar or Byron, Brandon Duhaime. I think we have our options. Carter Rowney. Round the outside is also out there. Look at the hair, by the way, on Axel Janssen-Falby. Holy crap. Christian Fisher. All right. It's either Kolasar or Byron. Kolasar, obviously younger. Doesn't have the worst offensive abilities in the world. Oh, it went all the way back. You gotta be fucking... I hate this game so much. As if that hasn't been well established. I can't stand this goddamn game. Paul Byron, still a good skater. He's declined a little bit. It's Kolasar. Keegan Kolasar, come on down, buddy. You are going to be my new fourth line right wing. And an unfortunate move because Stud decided to become a third line forward. We need a new fill-in player on the fourth line, and it might as well be somebody who is aggressive as all hell. We will call up Radulov. Do I want Lauko in a full-time depth role? I don't. Don't know what I'm going to do for depth forwards. But again, the lines, Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak. We'll have Hall, Steen, and Kopp, DeBrusk, Coyle, and Smith, Frederick, Kuntar, Kolasar. We don't know if we have our best head coach yet for the spot. Defense will be Lindholm, McAvoy, Grizzly, Carlo, Riley, Berglund. Goalie-wise, Allmark. And for the moment, David Tendek, because, again, Jeremy Swayman wants to play hardball. Jeremy Swayman wants to play hardball. I'm not a fan, but that is the situation that we find ourselves in. In terms of the AHL, Bussy as our starting goalie. Hamburglar behind him. Defense. Of course, we got Curtis McDermott in there to murder everybody. Put Ryan Maston for Taylor Fadoon. And, oof, I do want Mikey Callahan in there. Sorry to Andy Green, but you're taking a seat, man. Sorry to you, but you are taking a seat. And then forward-wise, do we have enough depth? No, we don't. We need like 2 or 3 other forwards. Okay. At least now we know. At least now we know. And then again, we'll take a look at the opposition lines in a minute. Once we're done with the preseason. Who can we bring in? Who can we bring in? There's a fun name to bring in. James Neal. Did you finally start washing your hair? Andrew Cogliano. And once traded for Mr. Ilya Kovalchuk, it's Nick Bergfors. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, I think we're pretty much good. I am going to have to reassign like my scouts and stuff like that, but that's nothing. James Neal apparently had to reject my offer. I didn't think we had a full roster. Apparently we did. It's fine. We're good. So coaching staff, really quickly, is this fully optimized? Yeah, I guess it is. DeRoche is about as good as it gets. Let's fire that associate coach. Let's drop you down. Bump up the generalist. We have 2 top-tier goalie coaches. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Bouillon. What was it? AHL assistant coach. Jerome Bouillon. We need a coach for this season. I agree that I signed too many defensemen, but hey, it is what it is. I don't mind playing defenders at forward. I'll get away with it. Oh boy, that's a lot of shit to fix. All right, well, let's do it real quick. It's got to be done. It's part of franchise mode. We all know it. We all hate it. It takes 16 goddamn years to do it, but you gotta optimize this shit. Gotta get these people in the right spots. All right. Let's do our second U.S. West. The Don Sweeney approach. Sign all the defensemen. You can take Don Sweeney out as the GM, but can you ever really take the GM out of Don? You can take Don's... Just how the Bruins are built. It's official. Like I said, though, we are very close. Like, a lot of these contracts are going to be up soon. Derek Forbert, Mike Riley. So the good thing is we are going to have money to play with. We are going to have money to play with in this upcoming offseason. Thank God. So it'll be a combination at the end of this year of seeing how well our prospects have developed versus what money can we spend. And it all really hinges upon what Patrice Bergeron will do because his deal's up at the end of the year. His deal is up at the end of the year again. All right, so let's see. I need a Liga scout. I need an NLA scout. And then we're done. And then we are done. You're going to Switzerland. Have fun looking at gorgeous scenery and mountains. I don't know. There's got to be some, like, rough ghettos in Switzerland, right? People who are actually Swiss just being like, yeah, I mean, that's mostly what our country looks like, but there's got to be some rough parts too, right? There's got to be. There's got to be. Also, I have a full roster because Swayman's still qualified. Am I really going to head into this season without having signed Jeremy Swayman? He is just refusing to budge. He is absolutely refusing to budge. I could just give him the $2.8 million, but at the same time, screw you, you know? Take the deal. We will again try to sign you, Jeremy. Otherwise, I will go into the season with you not playing. Apparently, the assistant coach rejected. Swayman rejects again. We will head into our first game without Jeremy Swayman. Suited up for the Bruins. The fan base. Oh my God, his asking price went from 2.8 to 3.4. Sway, how can you betray me like this? I don't even. Where the hell's my Sway jersey? I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. Of all the people to play hardball with me. Did Patrice Bergeron not set a great example for you? Ridiculous. Anyway, again, here is our team. Heading into the season, I'm not too worried about that -1 on the fourth line. It'll be all Mark and Tendick for the moment. And hopefully Swayman budges. That said, let's take a look at some AI teams heading into the start of Season 3. Tracy Zekers-Perot, Athanasio Henrique Tarasenko, Comtois Stashny Terry, Steele, McTavish, Silverberg. Highest rated left wing is on the fourth line. Defense, Fowler, Drysdale, Vakanainen, TVR, Holden, and Eric Johnson. Goalies, Gibson and Dostal. Lacombe, Giroux, Lundstrom is scratches. Could probably trade away some of that depth, you know, but hey. Arizona's Burakovsky, Schmaltz, Keller, Patrick Kane with Nathan Smith and Dylan Genther. Krause, Hayton, Hornqvist, Maselli, Boyd, and McBain. Patrick Kane making 7.5, almost 7.6. Chikrin, Gostis, Bear, Moser, Soderstrom, Kalachinock, and Timmins. Goalies, Jonathan Quick, Carl Vamelka. Halla, Kamel, Levo. As the scratches. That's nice 2.5 for 3 years. Eric Halla as a healthy scratch. Buffalo, Cousins, Thompson, Foligno, Niederreiter, Krebs, Tuck, Osplund, O'Reilly back in Buffalo. And J.J. Petarka, Skinner, Middlestad, Olofsson. Fourth line, Jeff Skinner. Just can't escape it. He just can't escape it. Darlene Jokiharju, Samuelson, Bryson, Dahan, Pissick, Luukkonen, and Jack Campbell in goal. Decent amount of money. Quinn Eller and Owen Power as healthy scratches. Again, because why wouldn't you sign Calvin Dahan? You have Owen Power, who's that? Carolina's top line, Aho, McKinnon, Bach. McKinnon ended up in Carolina on a 1-year deal worth $13.8 million. Svechnikov, Suzuki, Jarvis, Kajula, Paul, Kotkaniemi, Drury, Natchez, and Teravainen. Defense, Slavin, Pesci, Shea D'Angelo, Nikishin, and Ethan Bear. Goalie, Kochetkov, whatever, and Freddie Anderson. Renanen, Honka, and Joey Keane as the scratches. CBJ has the line A, Taves, Voracek, Sillinger, Johnson, Marchenko, Jenner, Bemstrom, Bjorkstrand, Tessier, Rosovich, Donskoy. Werenski, Boqvist, Gavrikov, Matheson, Bean, and Peak. Goalies, Merzlikins, and Halak. Foudy, Mayhew, Soucy as the scratches. Calgary is Goodrow, Lindholm, Kachuk, Mangiapane, Rosichka, Pelletier, Coleman, Pedersen, Dubé, Backlund, Zari, Toffoli. Got Hannafin, Anderson, Valimaki, Tanev, Dumoulin, Letang on defense, the Pittsburgh Flames. Then goal, Markstrom and Dustin Wolf, Hinostroza, Connolly as the scratches. Chicago, DeBrincat, Doc, Reichel, Brown, Strome, Barrett, Kachuk, Entwistle, Borgstrom, Johnson, Kurashev, Radish. Defense is McCabe, Jones, Badan, Murphy, Jones, and Mitchell. Goalie is Fleury and Ranta. Scratches, Ruda, Clegg, and Stillman. Again, I'm not really commenting on the lines and the makeup and who should be wearing the lines at this point because we know for the most part it's terrible. Mr. Webster, how are you? I hope you're doing well tonight, bud. Colorado is Nichushkin, Newhook, Rantanen, JVR, Landeskog, Studnicka, so we did stud a big favor. Kiefer Bellows, Phillips, and Obey Kubel, O'Connor, Bowers, and Bobby Ryan. Defense, Taves, Makar, Byram, Gerard, Gilbert, and Barons. Goalie is Kemper and Francois. Maltsev, Henry, Ranta. The scratches, so no depth. Dallas is Robertson, Hintz, Peterson. Arvidsson, Bork, Pavelski. Look at Pavelski, 39, still in 87. Rafflecopter, Ben Nemesnikov, Lee, Sagan, Delandria. Andre Lee, not Anders, by the way. Look at that center depth. Heiskanen, Kulikov, Lindell, Harley, Suter, Bartow. Goalies, Ottinger and Mike Smith. And Lind, Damiani, Parise as the scratches. Detroit is Zadina, Larkin, Raymond, Verana, Berggren, Bertuzzi, Rasmussen, Valeno, Blickfeld, Zucker, Fabry, and Riley Smith. Orloff and Sider, Edvinson, Stetcher, Yalevi, Ronick. Goalies, of course, now Nedeljkovic and Casa because they had 4 guys and I didn't want Sebastian Casa to get screwed. Sherry, Yarncrook, Tatar as the healthy scratches. All the forward depth now. But make sure you play 78s and a 79 on the third line. Edmonton is Draisaitl, McDavid, Lavoie, whatever the fuck way it's pronounced. Hyman, Borgo, Ryan, McLeod, Holloway, Puljujarvi, Ernie, Nugent, Hopkins, Yamamoto. Defense, Nurse Bouchard, Properg, CC, Edler, Barry. With Skinner and Konovalov. Delzato, Shattenkirk, Niemelainen? Whatever it is. I think it's Niemelainen. Niemelainen. It's finished, man. There's a couple different ways it could go. Sportsgamer.gg. Anton Lundell, Sasha Barkov, and Grigory Denisenko. For Hagee, Reinhardt, Duclair, Lehkonen, Bennett, Camp, Nieto, Heponiemi, and Okposo. Defense is Uyghur, Ekblad, Forsling, Kulak, Giordano, and Sherratt. 40-year-old Mark Giordano. Knight and Bobrovsky are the goaltenders. Gilden, Ludwig, Carlson is the scratches. It's beautiful. LA Kings, Miller, Byfield and Moore, Anderson, Dolan, Turcotte and Mikheyev, Kopitar, Follow, and Kaliev. And Velarde, Deno, and Blackwell on the fourth line. Defense, Anderson, Doughty. Look at Drew Doughty. I mean, I guess he is only 33. It makes sense that he hasn't started to fall off yet. Bjorn Fart. Tobias Bjorn Fart. And Brant Clark. That's where the fart came from. Moverare and Dursey. Good defense. Goalie is Reimer and Peterson. Got Kempe, Spence, and Walker as scratches, though. Jesus. Minnesota, Kaprizov, Eriksson, Fiala, Boldy, Rossi, Zuccarello, Dewar, Hartman, Greenway. First off, Kuznetsov, and Giroux. Defense, Brody and Spurgeon, Lambos, Addison, Goligoski, Braun. And in goal, Wallstead with Anton Khudobin. Scratches of Shaw, Merrill, Middleton. Beautiful. Montreal, Caulfield, Suzuki, and Dante Delmas, who was just taken 3rd overall. Dvorak, Rem Pitlick, and Josh Anderson. Armia, Broussard, Gallagher, Hoffman, Johansson, and Tyler Pitlick. That's right, they just traded for that Ryan Johansson deal. Isn't it beautiful? The defense is Romanov and Mr. Jeff Petrie. You got Jordan Harris, David Savard, Edmondson, and Justin Barron. The goaltenders, Jake Allen and Caden Primo. With McDonald, Butcher, and Norlander as scratches, pretty sure Carey Price was sent to Laval. Is Rem Pitlick still simming like a god? No. New Jersey, Dimma, thank you for the raid, by the way. How'd your stream go? It's Nolan Foote, Jack Hughes, Alex Holtz, Sharon Govich, Mercer, Bratt, Wood, Heischer, McLeod, Zaka, Zetterland, and Thompson. Defense, Siegenthaler, Hamilton, Smith, Strawman, Mooka Medulin, and Sheelington. Goalies, Blackwood and Varlamov. Comfort, Balkvist, and Luke Hughes as a healthy scratch at 20 years old. Preds, Forsberg, Tomasino, Ilanen, Duchesne, Afanasayev, Rust, Nuge. It's the best game. Tolvin and Trennan, Granlund, Kubalik, Glass, and Dodonov. I'm still in the mood to play more FIFA. I don't know if you're available tonight. If not, we'll probably do 2K10. It's building a massive nuclear power site for my city and City Skyline. Never played City Skyline. Heard good things, though. You got EOC and Fabro, Ekholm, Klingberg, Del Gaizo, and Carrier. Goalies are Saros and Askarov. Scratches, Lozon, Anderson, Ferentz. See, the Islanders, Solovyov, Pajot, Bedard. At least they're playing Bedard on the top line. At least they're doing that. Lee Nelson, Foss, Palmieri, Barzal, Wallstrom, Beauvillier, Bailey, and Milano. Bedard being on the top line and Barzal on the third line is the equivalent of the I don't want to play with you anymore meme. It really, really is. Defensively, Palik, Pollock, Salo Dobson, Graves, and Benning. Goalies, Sorokin, Vanacek, Manson, Labushkin, Zadorov as the scratches. Rangers, Kreider, Zibanejad, Kako, Lafreniere, Merkley, Cool. Wow, that really falls off, doesn't it? Walker, Hedel, Kravtsov, Panarin on the fourth. Nuge, give me about 10 more minutes of playing this game, and I'll switch to FIFA in an hour or two. God damn. Defense is Miller, Fox, Lindgren, Trouba, Schneider, Lundqvist. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Especially when Lafreniere can play the right-hand side. Cool's a left winger. Swap him, Panarin on the second line at least. Game's just bad. Shesterkin and Georgiev still the goaltending tandem. You got Nemeth, Sword, and Robertson as scratches. Sword or Sward? That's the real question. Sens have Ridley Gregg, Josh Norris, and Batherson. Kachuk, Stutzel, Rodriguez, Joseph Gergensons, Formanton, Sokolov, Suter, and Guryanov. Defense, Shabbat, Thompson, Sanderson, Brandstrom, Zaitsev, Bernard Docker. Goalies, Gustafsson, Forsberg. Scratches of PK Subban, Shane Pinto, and Andreas Janssen. Poor PK. Can't even make the Sens at this point. Flyers have Farabee, Forster, Konechny, Cates, Hayes, Tippett, Couturier, Lawton, O'Brien, Lindblom, Goodrow, Atkinson. Defense, Sanheim, Ellis, York, Addard, Provorov, and Hamonic. Katahat, Dave Riddick in goal. Scratches, Strome, Allison, and Sanford. Penguins got Gensel, Kadri, Coronado. I don't know how they got him from Calgary. Puiston and Carter, Poulin. McGinn, Crosby, Raquel. Kapanen, Hollander, Watson. Interesting choice to have Sidney Crosby as your third line center. Defense, Joseph Marino, Pedersen, Dumba, Alexia Friedman. Goalies, Jari and Lindbergh. Heinen, Pilon, and Rask as their scratches. Kraken have Huberdeau. 6 years and 9.5. With McCann and Sprong. Domi, Wright, and Geeky. Pete, Gord, Tanev, Stahl, Beniers, Eberle. I mean, smart AI would put McCann or Gord at center, but the AI is brain dead in this game. So, Alexiak, Larson, Dunn, Borgen, Fleury on defense. Grubauer, Drazier. Scratches, Wenberg, Clifton, and Schwartz. Imagine if the AI could properly build a team. Imagine. Sharks have Meyer, Barbashev, Hurdle, Eklund, Bordeleau, Palat, Balsers, Couture, Leonard, Reedy, Shemilevsky, Barabanov. Ferraro Carlson, Magna Burns, Niaziv Merkley on defense. Goalies Husso and Brassois, because I sent both of them to San Jose. Weatherby and Shimmick as the scratches. Can't wait for the Sharks to win the Cup, by the way. St. Louis, Bunting, Shen, Kyrou. Alex Nylander with Robert Thomas and Bushnevich. Dickinson, Alexandrov, Janmark, Neighbors, Jost, and Brown. Is that John Leonard, the defenseman, playing? No, he's the winger. He's a winger. I won't call you stupid, but he's a winger. Krug Parayko, Zach Jones, Damon Severson, Matt Roy with Justin Falk. Koskinen and Biddington, the goaltenders. Miller, Scandella, Bortuzzo as the scratches. Tampa, Colton, Point, Kucherov, Hagel, Sorelli, Stamkos, Fortier, Mulligan, Aston Reese, Kopke, Grant, Gettinger. Why did Korpisalo re-sign him if he isn't happy in Columbus? Because I don't think anybody else in the NHL would have signed him. Not good. Hedman, Sergachev, McDonough, Chernak, Cholowski, and Foote in goal. It is Vasilevsky and Martin Jones. Bodie Wild, Artyom Zub, and Nick Perbix as the scratches. Toronto, Nylander, Matthews, Marner, Robertson, Giroux, Tavares, Dugan, Bluger, Anderson, Killorn, Abrazizi, Sarah, Noel. Things have changed. Defense, Sandin, Liljegren. Man, Timothy Liljegren, Jesus. Morgan Riley, TJ Brody, Victor Mete, Axel Rindell. Goalies, Wall and Mrazek. Nick Roberts, hello. Engvall, Amirov, Schultz as the scratches. Who does he look like? Like, if there was like a knockoff Back to the Future, he'd look like the dad. Just throwing that out there. Vancouver, Höglander, Pettersson, Kaut, Saad, Jenik, Garland, Pold, Colson, Horvat, Evander Kane, Pearson, Sutter, Besser on the fourth line. Defense, Hughes, Myers, Rathbone, Walsh, Ekman, Larson, and Mayfield. Goalies, Demko and Aiden Hill. Dermott, Nyquist, Pullman as the scratches. It's a beautiful thing. Vegas. Pacioretty, Eichel, Marchessault. Stevenson, Malkin, Stone. Carrier, Brisson, Waugh, Carlson, Benino, and Morozov. Defense is Theodore Whitecloud, Haig, Petrangelo, McNabb, Martinez, so basically the same. Leonard and Logan Thompson in goal. Jones, Lecition, and Muzzin as scratches. Calgary now up 3-1. Love to see it. And Winnipeg as we get to our final two teams. Connor, Savoy, Ehlers, Wheeler, Scheifele, Perfetti, Dubois, Larson, Marchment, Lowry, Trocheck, Appleton. Jesus. He just reworked those lines a little bit. That's amazing. Morrissey, Pionk, Heinola, DeMello, Schmidt, Gudis, in goal, Hellebuck, and Holtby. Barron, Dillon, and Stanley. Scratched, and Washington's the final team. Ovi, McMichael, Perron, Wilson, LaPierre, Oshie, Leeson, Kuznetsov, Hathaway, Backstrom, Protas, Mantha. It's a hell of a team. Defense is Mata, Carlson, Fehervari, Jensen, Carlson, Ruedel, Talbot, Samsonov in goal. Hall, Hanley, and Johansson as the scratches. So that is the current setup of the league as we head into Season 3 without Jeremy Swayman.